welcome to another episode of Duke and Leon School of Life. I have from the Russian Secret Service, Comrade Leon.
Comrade.
How's it going, comrade?
Well, I don't know. Well, how would you feel if you had a lunatic for a leader? Fuck me.
Oh, we all do. What are you talking about?
Well, what's been happening in your world? Fuck.
Oh, I saw the old guy up the road.
Yeah.
And, Duke, come here. So I go over and he tells me, like, him and his wife have a carer, right?
Yeah.
And the carer basically does everything for them. But the carer went on holidays for 2 weeks. And the person that's supposed to replace the carer never turned up.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. And he's going, and I said, well, is everything all right? Can I do something for you? And he goes, oh, no, everything's all right. And then he leans in and he goes, but I tell you what, my wife's starting to smell like oysters.
That's pretty full on, isn't it? Oh.
Yeah. And I'm like, I can't do anything for you, buddy.
Is that my phone? My phone's ringing.
Yeah.
Is that the fire engine?
I do that all the time. That's, I'm sure a lot of people do that. But here's a tip. Yeah. If you live in a street like we do, and you go outside and people want to talk to you and you can't go up the road without people calling you and all that sort of stuff.
Same as me, yeah.
You walk outside. As soon as you get outside, you put your phone to your ear.
To your ear, yeah.
And you just walk up the thing and and then you just wave to people while you're talking.
Yeah.
I pretend I'm talking to you all the time. I'm like, as I'm walking up the road, I'm going, what, you fucking idiot? How did that fucking happen? Jesus Christ, didn't you learn from last time, you stupid cunt?
And what do they say? Say hi to Leon for me.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny you should mention that about the old woman because I had to go and visit my mother in aged care. Oh, God, I tell you, that's why I get depressed. That's why I have to watch Jack Reacher. Anyway, she said to me the other day, she goes, I think, because she's blind, right? I think the carer that showered me the other day was a man. And I'm just going, oh, fuck. She goes, and then she's just going on about it. No, how funny is that? Your mother, imagine your mother being showered by a man at her. Oh my God!
Oh my God!
And then I went back.
Did you imagine it?
No, I was too. What I should have done is what you normally, what you should do is just run out of the room and stick your fingers in your ears. But I was just too tired and I just missed it. And once you get hooked in, you can't get out. Anyway, the other day she goes. Because she's got memory issues as well. She goes, the carer that showered me today, she was very muscular, and she's going on about the deep voice and shit like that. And she goes, she said her name was Sue, but I think she must be from Nepal. Are the women muscular from Nepal? I'm just going, fuck. Anyway, this guy turns up with her lunch. And he says, your lunch, Mrs. Fish. And she goes, hi, thank you, Sue. And then he goes, no worries, walks out. It's a fucking man, isn't it? Oh, my God. And I got trapped in again.
You should corner him and say, listen, buddy, don't you fucking touch my mother again.
It's not going to touch. There's nothing wrong, but it's just so weird. Like, I don't know. Fuck. It's one of those things I just don't know. But anyway, I did mention it to the nurse, the RN, like she's in charge. I said, and she goes, well, there's no policy, which is true. There's no policy. But I said, yeah, but she feels uncomfortable. Is there any? Yeah. Anyway, what I was thinking was your preference. Right? Imagine you're 32. No, imagine you're in an aged care facility, or you're in some situation where, or like,
imagine
say, No, imagine. No, you could. So even if you're in like in hospital for something, you know.
I need a shower somehow. For some reason, I need a shower.
You're in a situation where you can't shower yourself safely, so they have to assist. It's called shower assist, right?
Shower assist.
Would you prefer what would you prefer, a man, a woman? What do you think?
Oh, a woman, of course.
Oh, really? So if a man walked in and like 8 foot tall, muscular, ripped, you know, one of those funny little moustaches, and he said, "Hey, dude, I'm gonna wash you. Like just take your pants off and just get ready. I'll bring that big bar of soap in."
Your asshole needs washing today, Duke.
So really, would you say I prefer to be showered by women?
Yeah, fucking oath.
That's funny.
Did I tell you my shower story? I had to go to hospital, right?
So this has happened to you?
Yeah. So I had back surgery, right, down my tailbone.
Yeah.
Do you remember this story?
Just above the rear entrance.
Yeah. So I had
the tunnel, the top of the tunnel.
No, it's actually on the tailbone. Anyway,
coccyx. It's called the coccyx.
Do you know what the plural of coccyx is? Coccyges.
Oh, really? Thank you. I'll write that down. How do you spell? No,
I learned that in the hospital.
In the hospital,
when he was operating it, and I wasn't under properly, and he goes, "You know how many fucking coccyges I have to do today?" Anyway.
No. One.
Anyway, so what happened is, and they taped it all, like my whole fucking ass was taped. Yeah. And what they did was they stitched.
That's so you don't touch it.
Yeah, they stitched.
Because they know you. Don't touch it, Duke.
They stitched like the top 2 inches of your ass cheeks, the part, together. Yeah. And it was so fucking painful. Anyway, they touched it. They touched it.
See, I told you.
Anyway, so I have to have a shower, right? I have to have a shower.
Yeah.
They bring in this hot, young, pretty nurse.
Yeah.
To take it off, to take the bandage off. It's all over my ass. Yeah. She's got to take it off. She's got to check it out in the shower. Oh. And she's going, come on. And I'm a bit shy because she's so fucking good looking. I'm like, oh, yeah, I can do it. She's going, no. Anyway, we get into the shower.
Yeah.
And I got a really hairy ass. So when she's pulling the bandage off, pulling, yeah. And I'm going, and she's going, don't be a fucking baby. And I'm going, no, you're doing it too hard. And she's going, stop it. You stop it. And I'm going, no. Anyway, and this was in the days when nurses wore the skirts, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, the next thing, she's fucking trying to get it off. I'm trying to run. She's soaked. Her fucking whole costume is soaked. She's going, Hold
on, it's not a costume. It's a uniform. All right?
Yeah.
See, in my mind, it's a costume, but in reality, it's a uniform. Yeah, all right. Keep going.
And so it's all see-through, right? It's all see-through. I can see her bra. And I can see her stockings. She's wearing stockings. I can see like her skirt is clinging to her thighs, and I can see her stocking tops through the wet white material.
Oh, God.
And I get a hard on.
No, you don't.
I do, because I haven't masturbated or had sex or anything for like 4 days. So I get a hard on.
Oh, you did.
And she looks at it.
No.
And she goes, oh, for God's sake.
like a librarian.
Yeah, which made it throb a bit more.
Yeah, of course it would. Yeah, it's like a librarian when you point out, what's this word, miss? What's this word? It starts with a V. Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah. She goes, oh, for God's sake. And then she went rip in one thing. And then I just went, and then my heart on just went, boom.
Oh, God, fuck, yeah. I'm surprised it didn't jump off.
Man Court is now in session with judges Duke and Leon.
So, brief description of case. 49-year-old man has an affair with his daughter's best friend, who's 22, and she becomes pregnant. Okay, so, I mean, the details are pretty obvious. 49. So remember we were talking about this. So 49, 50-year-old men have this thing in their heads that young women still find them attractive.
Yeah.
So he's probably going, but it sounds like he's had a history of dating younger women. So he's obviously got some issues about mortality and whatever.
Well, he's got a lot of money because.
So he's got a lot of money.
Yeah.
So what everyone's saying is that this woman is attracted to him only because she can do whatever she wants. She's basically living in Disneyland, right? And he thinks that it's real love, and then bingo, they got a baby, right?
So now she's going to get half of everything. But the quotes from the daughter and the quotes from her, the quotes from the girl that's having the affair with the old man are hilarious. It's like two teenage girls. The daughter's going, what a bitch. She's after my dad's money. And you get another one's going, she thinks I'm after his money. I wish she'd just shut up.
And I think there's some punching involved too. I think they actually got into a physical altercation because she went to visit her dad or something, and she's walking around in a singlet. And so someone punched someone in the head, and fuck me dead. But look,
you sort of did the same thing, didn't you?
With what?
Didn't you go out with one of your mother's friends?
What? Yeah, well, that was a long time ago. I was 20, I think.
And how old was she?
31.
Oh, okay, it's not too bad, but still, it's your mother's friend. Come on, man.
Yeah, I know it didn't end well, but and so this is my point. This is my point with all right. So we've got two sides to this man court. One is 49-year-old man living the dream, right? That's what a lot of people would think, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Or 49-year-old man creates four angry women to enter his life. Allows four angry women. So basically, you got the daughter, right? So she's angry at her dad.
Yeah.
You got the 22-year-old who's pregnant. Well, 6 months after the baby's born, that's it. It's going to be over. So she's going to be angry. You got the mother of the 22-year-old. She's angry because a man who's older than her is fucking her daughter. And then his mother. So he's not married, so he's obviously divorced, right? So his wife is probably angry anyway. So, but his mother, imagine his mother. Oh my God, she'd be angry. So basically, he's allowed four angry women to enter his life. Like, what idiot would do that? One's bad enough.
But not only that, the real problem I have is it's your daughter's fucking best friend. It's your daughter's best friend.
Well,
really?
She's only 22, so, I mean, best friends come and go when you're 22.
No, I know, but still, are you that stupid and that selfish that you're going to create a rift between you and your daughter just so you can fuck a 22-year-old?
Well, he's had a history of mining her friends, So basically, he's been sleazing onto her friends for years. So she's almost like his pimp, So look, I think he's an idiot because he's just basically destroyed his life because he thinks with his dick, not his head. Like, wouldn't you just think of the consequences? And what was he thinking? Like, can you imagine having a 22-year-old bride with a newborn baby?
Oh no!
Can you imagine what that would be like?
Well, look,
I can't even think of words.
I go down the beach all the time, swim every day, see a lot of the same people. There's a lot of 22-year-olds and, you start saying hi and having conversations and fucking let me tell you, man, the conversations you have with a 22-year-old, they look fantastic.
Yeah.
They look unbelievable. But as soon as they open their mouths, you're just like, wow.
Well,
they're still kids.
Let's be fair. If you were a 22-year-old man, you'd probably think that intellectually they were way beyond you, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Because you'd have the intellect of a 14-year-old girl.
Exactly.
As a 22-year-old. So it works perfectly. Nature has created the perfect situation. 22-year-old guy would be going, fuck, she's smart. She's fucking smart.
She's a fucking genius. So I'm intimidated.
She's like my mother.
She knows everything that's going on in maths.
Anyway, and so that's how nature works. That's perfect.
All right, let's sentence this cunt. I'm sick of talking about this cunt.
Oh yeah, I'm sick of it too. I think first off, he should have to go to 4 Taylor Swift concerts in a row
because they go for 3.5 hours each.
And then he's surrounded by 22-year-olds, and he fucking learn a lesson then.
Right, he'd probably be sperm everywhere.
No, after this first concert, he'd be going, fuck.
Look, no, I sentence him to hang upside down by his balls.
Man Court is now in session with judges Duke and Leon.
Okay, so I've got a little bit of news.
Yeah?
All right, first thing is, can a man, so this is based on a true report, can a man be too fat to have sex? So this man is asking this social worker for help because he feels that he's too fat for sex. But scientifically, I mean, we're both scientists. Like, can a man actually be too fat for sex?
Why don't you tell your Pavarotti story?
Oh, my Pavarotti story. Yeah. So when I lived in London.
So for anyone who doesn't know, for our younger audience, Luciano Pavarotti was like the most famous opera singer in the world. And he was really fat. Yeah.
And he's one of the 3 tenors,
obese.
And he was obese. Well, yeah, it was large, man. Yeah, obese. All right. So I used to live in London, and I had a mate who was a nanny, and she worked for this violinist, concert violinist, and he was doing a concert with Pavarotti and Dame Joan Sutherland, who's an Australian opera legend. She's she's dead now, but she was a legend. Anyway, so the story goes that she bumped into Joan Sutherland. And she was laughing. And he said, well, what's up? What's wrong? Oh, she said, I just went into Pavarotti's dressing room to ask him something. And there he was holding up his stomach. So he's holding up his stomach like a doona, right? And underneath there's this young orchestra girl or whatever sucking him off. He's sitting down. He's holding up his stomach like a fucking doona. And she's going for it, and apparently she just closed the door and she was laughing. She walked off, and so there you go. Well, technically, a fat man can have sex.
Well, but that is that goes with the article, because in the article the obese guy says he has to maneuver to have sex, and that's what Pavarotti was doing. He was maneuvering. Now I'm thinking,
well, you know what? If he manoeuvred in the sense that he walked around the block once a day, he wouldn't be so fucking fat. So
I'm thinking this guy has to maneuver, right? So, okay, so say he's doing his wife doggy. He has to pull up his gut and put it on her back while he's doing it. That's a maneuver. I don't know how big it is. If it's really big, he puts it on her head. So that's what he's talking about when he's saying maneuvering.
Oh my God.
But then he says his wife doesn't care. She just wants to fuck. She said, I just want to have sex. Yeah. I want to fuck. I don't give a shit.
But so I think the gist of it is that it's not really in terms of logistics. Because logistically, I'm sure that you'd be able to get some sort of penetration happening. But what's happening here? He's mind fucked himself, right?
Yeah, he feels unsexy.
He feels unattractive, feels whatever, blah blah. So he's basically mind fucked. And you know what it's like? Erections are basically 50-50. 50 mechanical, which is the blood flow from your brain usually, and emotional, psychological, the thought patterns. Like you could
He's
just
thinking too much.
Yeah, he's overthought it.
And
he's mind fucked himself. He's overthought it, and that's why he's having the issues.
Look, first thing you do is you go to Redbubble and you buy Duke and Leon's mirror shrouds. And you put shrouds over every mirror so you don't see yourself before sex. Okay, so that
shrouds.
Yeah. Duke and Leon's mirror shrouds. I think it's a 2-for-1 sale at the moment.
There's the really big one for the wardrobes.
Yeah. That's right. And we do have one for the portly man. So, it will totally cover any mirror that you use. And then that's what you do. You don't look at your body, you don't think about it, you just get in there.
Well, so he needs a little bit of exercise, a little bit of unmind fucking himself, and
a mirror shroud.
And he get back into the swing of things.
Presenting New Inventions with Duke and Leon.
Today we're going to do something different.
Oh, I hate that.
We are not going to... We're going to talk about someone else's invention. We're not going to talk about one of our inventions because, after all, that's just showing off, isn't it? Showing off how intelligent we are.
So we're going to talk about the wheel. Never catch on, buddy.
Yeah.
Tell that ape man, that idiot with that round thing, it'll never catch on.
That's right. And tell him to chase it when it rolls off the cliff. So Elon Musk has been putting implants into monkeys, brain implants into monkeys. Recently, he's done it to a human. Okay? So what he has said is now the human can move a cursor on his laptop just by thinking.
So he's basically stolen the job of the mouse.
Yeah, so...
Job stealer.
And, that I thought about it. I thought, that's really worth getting brain surgery for. That is... But all he's done is he's put a fucking remote control in the guy's head. And it only moves the cursor on the laptop. Like, it doesn't even do the garage door. Yeah.
It's like so Elon's there with his mates, sucking on Bud Light. And he's going, hey, let me show you something funny. I'll get this cunt to dribble. So he presses the remote control, says dribble now, and the guy starts dribbling. Yeah. So you see how cool is that?
Yeah, have it so it at least can change, it can open the garage, it can change your channel on the TV. So you're in your room watching porn and you're directing the mouse to click on and off whatever without touching anything except your dick. And your wife calls out and goes, can you put it on the shopping channel?
Yeah, I want to get some of that jewelry.
Or I'm going shopping, can you open the garage door? What the fuck? What's the point? Anyway.
You're just a slave. You're just a bitch. You're just a remote. You're the remote
control. Yeah,
you're the remote control. Oh, right. That's right.
That's it.
Can you turn it up? Can you turn it down?
Yeah.
Fuck! What an idiot! Why would anyone let Elon Musk anywhere near them, regardless of what he was going to do?
You know what? And I've got a conspiracy theory here, and I'm going to share it with our audience because I know our audience love conspiracy theories. So I the other day it just hit me. Elon, the name Elon is an anagram for Leon. And Musk is an ancient Aramaic word for fish.
All right. So what? Am I actually him?
Well, I'm just saying.
Is he trying to be me?
That's food for thought. That's all I'm saying. But what I'm getting to is we did this years ago. We put implants in people years ago.
And I fucking told you to get medical insurance. Oh, no. Insurance is just a con.
Insurance is for
fucking hell.
fags.
Well, I don't know about that, but it's anyway. We should have got fucking medical insurance. That's all I can say now.
So what happened is, right, and even way before this, I got a message on my machine from, we had an exchange science guy, and he volunteered.
We won't mention any ethnicity. Let's just call him
Raul. Let's call him Raul. And he left me a message on my phone like about 2 years ago. Yeah. And I went back and I found it for our audience, and I'd just like to play it to them.
Duke and Leon, you fucking cunts. That brain implant you gave me has turned me into a female gorilla. I've been transported to Boston Zoo to mate with Adolf, the male silverback gorilla. He's been humping my hairy cunt night and day. Do you know the kind of smegma I have to comb out? If I ever get out of here, you are both dead. Oh fuck, here comes Adolf. Yes, Adolf, I'm bending over. Give me that banana.
Fuck, that's scary. That's the scariest thing I've ever heard.
What I want to know is...
that's scary.
What I want to know is, why did they call the gorilla Adolf?
Presenting New Inventions with Duke and Leon.
All right, I've got a letter. I've got 2 letters actually.
Jesus.
2 letters. All right. Dear Mr. Fish and Mr. Henricks, I am a great fan of your show and listen every second week. I particularly like it when you do the funny voices. I have a slight
Which
problem.
we haven't done for a while.
I have a slight problem because it's racist. That's why. I have a slight
No, that's why we did them.
All right. Slight problem, and was hoping you could help me. I am 24 years old and visit my grandmother in an aged care facility once a week. She's starting...
What 24-year-old does that?
Well, you have to. Like, if it's a will-related issue.
Okay, yeah.
Inheritance.
So the grandmother's rich, yeah. My grandmother was poor, so I never had to visit her.
Yeah, anyway. I am 24 years old and visit my grandmother in an aged care facility once a week. She's starting to lose her shit and tells me stories about when my mother was young. I think my mother was a slut. Can you help? Yours, name withheld. I think I know his mother. She was a slut. Whoa, that's horrible, isn't it? That's the history. It's the demon, the history demon. It's like all the you know, like So what he should be doing is fucking just, you know, like putting on headphones. Oh no, she's probably not blind, so I don't know. What would you do if you started hearing all these stories about your mother?
I went out with a girl, and her mum sat down at the dinner table.
Yeah.
With the whole family.
Yeah.
And just admitted to all these affairs.
Oh. Well, you were there. You're just the boyfriend.
No, I wasn't there.
Oh, right.
She was telling me, right?
Oh, right.
I saw her. You know, I'm hanging there going, yeah, can't wait. We're going to have sex. And she's crying. I'm like, oh, fuck. Why did I even come over? And
God, Jesus. You should have been a doctor. Fucking hell.
I was only 8. Anyway, go on.
Well, fuck.
So that's giving you a point of view of someone who actually lived through that and heard that.
God.
And then, you know, all these fucking... and they were really rich too. So there's, you know, big, messy divorce, massive, messy divorce, all sorts of shit going on.
So that's what happened?
Yeah. So I didn't get a fuck that night.
No.
I think I got a blowjob.
Anyway,
remember.
All right. So what's your advice to the young bloke? So it's not. I'm not sure that he's actually talking about infidelity. It's maybe it's about her early life. You know, before. You know, like.
Well, it's simple.
So how would you, if you were 24 and you heard something like that about, you know, about one of your parents or something like that was
about your mum? Look, it's simple. It's really simple. Yeah. You just go, none of my business.
Oh, yeah.
It's none of my business.
Blockers. You just use blockers.
Yeah. You know, My sex life is not my mother's business.
No.
Her sex life is not my business. So that's it. I'm just not going to worry about it.
But saying that, my advice would be there's a little box in the back of your brain, right? And it's called ammunition, right? You open it up and you just put that conversation in there and then you lock it up. And then 20 years, so when he's 44 and his mother's going, you know what? Your wife, she's a real bitch. I don't like her. Blah, blah. So, oh, right, Mum, are we going to have this conversation now? Well, how about Billy the Fisherman? Oh, and then her face just drops and you got a bang, ka-ching. There you go.
That's sometimes
you need ammunition.
I never think ahead. All right.
Letter number 2. Shall we get to another letter?
I've got another fucking letter. Okay.
Just get it off my desk here. Okay. Dear Mr. Fish and Mr. Henricks, I am a great fan of your show and listen every second week. I particularly like it when you do funny voices. I have a slight problem and was hoping you could help me. I am 33 years old and have been married for 10 years.
That is a problem.
Well, recently, I have noticed my husband's behaviour has been changing. I was getting more and more worried, so one day I came home early from work and found him sitting in an armchair reading a book dressed as a female librarian. He looked at me and said, I'm reading the 1929 edition Latin phrase book by Meisner. Would you like to suck my dick? Can you help? Yours, name withheld. Woo! What a doozy.
Okay,
we get them. We get them all.
Let's get one thing clear, straight.
Yeah.
Is he dressed as a female librarian?
Yes, female librarian.
Okay.
All and right. he said, I'm reading this book, come and suck my dick.
Yeah.
That's a doozy. I don't know. Wow.
And what did she say? Can you help me?
Well, she said, she thinks it's a problem. Don't you think that's a problem? You don't think that's a problem?
Yeah, no, I do, but like some people don't. I didn't know she was just telling us that. Like, oh, guess what happened? Or
guess what happened to me yesterday? Over coffee. No, she thinks it's a problem, Duke, obviously. And she wants your help.
That kind of sounds like jail stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like you walk into a cell, you've stolen a car, and it's your second offence.
Yeah.
And they throw you into jail. They say you're going 3 months into jail, and you walk in, and there's some massive guy dressed as a female librarian and says, come and suck my dick.
Yeah. So maybe that's part of the fantasy as well for him. But it's not really about him. It's about her. What's she going to do? I mean, she could just become a Nazi and burn all the books, but that's probably...
Go on Tinder. Go straight on Tinder.
What?
What?
And find someone else?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, but what, you want to live with someone like that?
Well, there might be financial things like, half the house and, she doesn't want to move.
Look, what would you do if you came home and your third wife was sitting on a chair dressed as Hitler?
Yeah, all right, I get it.
And she said, Leon, you pig. You pig. Come and suck my dick, Leon.
Well, no, she wouldn't have one, would she?
I know, but she's saying it. Oh, well, Hitler didn't have one.
All right.
Apparently. So what would you do?
Well, the first thing I'd say is, fuck me, I just put that new kitchen in and I love that kitchen. If I get a divorce, I'm going to be kicked out and I'll never get to use the kitchen. So compromise. That's the first thing I would think. Compromise, get to use the kitchen.
Yeah, you compromise, you say, look, just take off that silly little mustache. Just take that off.
Just take that off. I can work with the rest. Yeah. I can work with the rest.
From the FBI files. In September 2021, Alan Corbett found an advertisement on the internet that read, "Do you feel like you don't belong on Earth. Chances are that you don't. For $1,000, we will connect you to your space mother. His space mother contacted him by voicemail and asked for a further $78,000 so that he can unlock his alien superpowers.
Alien superpowers.
Alan told his wife the story and that he was going to take a mortgage out on the house the next morning.
Shit.
But that night, Alan Corbett disappeared.
Yeah.
His wife told the FBI that a blue light shone through their bedroom window around 2 a.m. Alan started to glow, then faded away.
Wow. So, kidnapped or did he pay the money? Whew.
Or did the wife kill him? That's what I'm thinking.
That's right.
Like, where did the wife come up with the blue light?
Oh, right.
You know, there was a blue light.
Fuck, Duke. I was going on a little celestial voyage
You
there.
thought it was aliens?
I thought it was real. I thought it was real, and it's just a fucking wife killing her husband because he's an
so
idiot.
he comes home, tells her the story. Hey, I just paid $1,000 to meet, and I met my fucking space mother. I'm not from this planet. I've met her.
Okay,
and now she
all
wants $78,000, and she's going to I'm going to unlock my alien superpowers.
Oh, fuck.
So she's gone, oh, really? Oh, that's nice, dear. Yes, I'm going to the bank tomorrow and I'm getting out $78,000. Oh, okay. Yes, we'll remortgage. Dun, dun, dun.
Pow. Kapow.
Yeah.
So that's what they call idiot homicide, isn't it?
Yeah. That's putting him out of his misery, I think.
Is that justifiable homicide? I mean, if
think
you
so.
just told me, if you just told a judge what you just told me, I'd be swaying towards, well, you know what? Maybe she's right. Maybe you've put him out of his misery.
Well, no, not if it was you, because you fucking believed that it was an alien that took him.
I thought it was a great story. I'd be right up for it.
Anyway,
Right. Yeah.
So I decided to investigate this, right?
Yeah.
I looked up the website. It said pay $1,000 to meet your space mother.
Yeah.
I took $1,000 out of our business account and I paid it.
Yeah. And what happened?
And I got a voice, and I used your name because I don't want to, be involved in any of this.
No.
And I got a voice message from your space mother. So I'm just going to play that now.
Dear Leon, I am your space mother Danda from the planet Jandel. Contrary to your belief, wanking is not your superpower. Please pay $78,000 to unlock your superpower. If you do not pay within 24 hours, you will be transported to the prison planet, Satan, Sodomy 4, where you will be sentenced to 40 years of fiery cocks in your ass. If you do pay in time, Mommy will let you suck the space milk from her tits. Lots of love, your space mother, Danda.
Wow.
All right, so
She's sexy. Tough love, but sexy.
I want to ask, what is
Space milk?
Space milk? Yeah, but what does it actually do? Like, I mean, space milk, is that how you unlock your superpowers? Does it give you eternal life?
It gives you
an eternal hard-on.
Well, it is a gel, and it does go somewhere. No, it slowly infuses your mind and opens up. You know how we only use 2% of our brain? Like humans only use 2% of the brain, right? Most of it's just sitting there idle.
Most of us only use 1%.
Yeah, so 98% of your brain is unlocked by space milk.
Space milk from your space mother's tits.
Booby. And you have to have it from the booby because as soon as you decanter it into another vessel, it deteriorates. It has
and it can't hit oxygen, so your mouth has to be really tight.
So you can't even slurp.
Yeah, your mouth has to be really tight.
Airtight.
Airtight. From the FBI files. I remembered the other day. You know how we used to, when we were young and we went to the Easter show?
I only went once.
Really?
Yeah. I was very poor.
Yeah, I used to work there. My dad sent me to fucking work there.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's the best way for a cheap father to take their kids to the Easter show is make them work.
And then get passes for him and his mates.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Anyway, so at the Easter show, and for our overseas listeners, it's like a fair we have every year in Sydney, massive fair around Easter time. And in the old days, they used to have circus freaks and stuff like that. You know, I mean,
just a very dim memory because by that stage, you know, you weren't allowed to. Well, you weren't allowed to show.
It was all done with smoke and mirrors. It was all done with smoke and mirrors.
Bearded
and I remember,
lady, Spider Woman. That was good.
Just talking. That's exactly what I want to talk about. The Spider Woman.
Oh, really?
So I remember being really young. I was, I don't know, 5 or something, and my dad takes me in to see the Spider Woman. Oh, we want to see the Spider Woman. We want to see the Spider Woman. We walk in, and there's just like a board, like a board with a hole in it with a bad spider drawing, spider's body, and this woman that's got her head stuck out.
Yeah, so it's a live woman. It's a real head.
So she's got her head stuck out of the board and she's got black lipstick on and black eyeshadow.
Yeah. I can see her now.
And I got my first erection. And
and you got your first spider bite. Same
but what
day.
happened was it just looked so cheap.
Yeah.
And so bizarre.
Yeah.
That it scared the shit out of me. It's cheapness and its bizarreness. Scared the shit out of me.
You think, you know why? Because you're thinking if some cunt thought this was good enough to make money out of, imagine what he's like, you know.
Exactly. That's exactly.
Scary cunt. I mean, imagine.
That's exactly.
If he thought he would get away with this, what does he eat?
Yeah, what's he thinking, this guy, if he does this shit? What's his life like? And that's what scared me.
Yeah, Carney, the world of the Carney.
That's what fucking scared me. And now I think he's a genius. but back then. Anyway, and then we go see the half man, half woman.
I know, yeah.
So the half man, half woman was, I don't know, either a male or a female.
I think it was a female, and then
So they're dressed in. Yeah. It's like they've got a line down their face and body, and half of it's got makeup on and a dress, and the other half's in a suit with a little mustache. And Anyway, so we go see the half man, half woman. I'm just staring. I can't figure out if it's a real thing or not. You know. Yeah. Because I'm 5. I'm looking at it. I'm just staring, going, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
And my old man looks at me and goes, "You better not be half man, half woman when you grow up."
Oh. Is that what your dad said to you?
Yeah.
Fuck, he's a hard man, isn't he?
No, it was the best advice he'd ever given me.
Thought of that? Who thought, why wouldn't you just have like a top suit and a skirt?
I think it came from World War II Germany. It really did.
How?
It was just a cabaret thing.
That is good. I remember when I was young and there was this woman and then there was a man and then there was a woman and I would have a little hard on and then a soft on, hard on, soft on, hard on. I was so confused.
Ask Leon now. Ask Leon now. Ask Leon now. Ask Leon now.
Okay, this is from Ingrid in Austria.
Austria.
And she says...
She used to be part of Germany, I believe.
Yeah.
Or was it? Was it?
Yeah, it was.
Was it? Okay.
And it says, "Dear Leon."
Inga, is it?
Ingrid.
Ingrid.
Dear Leon.
Oh, that's better. That's better.
How do you handle groupies?
Groupies.
Yeah, how do you handle groupies?
Well, it'd be nice if I had a few groupies.
Mate, don't even pretend that you don't. We all fucking know you do. You know how many times I've called
you know how I control groupies. Sadly, my groupies are so fucking old; they're all in wheelchairs. So when I get crowded and they're hassling me, I just run upstairs, and then they're fucked. Oh, Leon, there's no disabled access here. Yeah, well, fuck off.
Come back down.
Yeah. So that's it, basically. If they were young groupies, I'd probably have a good time. But they're all old and they just whinge all the time. And Leon, can you help me with this? Can you do this? Can I don't want to be old. Can you make me younger? Fuck off. So
and then you take them and give them a shower.
Ask Leon now. Ask Leon now. Ask Leon now. Ask Leon now.
All right. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for listening through.
I just want to let people know that in part of this podcast,
Yeah.
I was actually in the toilet taking a shit.
God.
And see if you can guess which part.
Okay. Thank you.
See ya.